I wanted to start off talking about why real estate videography. Why would you choose this business as a creative? Now, the reason why I chose it is because it's a repeatable business model. You can work with a very small pool of clients that you can repeatedly sell to on a monthly basis. You don't want to constantly have to be acquiring new clients when you're running a creative business, because it's just going to add that layer of additional stress to you. And I'm sure if you're in the wedding space, if you're in the car photography space, car owners don't want to go out every weekend. Weddings, couples are only getting married once, maybe twice if they get divorced, right? They're only making a purchase maybe once or twice in their lifetime. With real estate, agents are listing properties every single month. And once you develop a relationship with those agents, they're going to want to continue to work with you. They're going to want to keep purchasing from you. So if you're able to create a great product there, the agents are making lots of money by using your product as well, then they're of course going to keep coming back to you as a creative and getting you on their listings, because not only are you making them and their business look good, but they're using you as part of their proposal to the vendors in order to get the listings. So they're going to want to connect you with not only all their friends in the same agency, but all of their vendors that they are pitching their real estate services to. We'll start off talking about realtors and real estate agents, and then we'll sort of get into like developers and builders and stuff a bit later. Now, the reason I'm going to start talking about realtors and agents first is because that's going to be your starting point. You don't have to stay servicing real estate agents forever, but it's going to be the fastest way for you to develop your portfolio in the short term. So let's run through how the system actually works. So realtors or real estate agents, they're going to be the ones that are hired by the vendor, so the homeowner, in order to list and sell the vendor or the homeowner's property. Now, the vendor is going to be the one that brings the real estate agent to sell their home, but the real estate agent is pitching the marketing services through their real estate agency to the vendor, and then the vendor is actually the one that's paying for the marketing services. So it sort of works like this. You've got the vendor that hires a real estate agent. The real estate agent then hires you as a creative and videographer, and they connect you. So the real estate agent, which is sort of like the middleman in this situation, is pitching and selling your service to the vendor. And the good thing about getting on the good side of a real estate agent is because they're getting connected to so many vendors, they're just going to continue to refer you and to bring you on as part of their marketing campaigns. And if they have a competitive edge between them and other agents, and you're creating a great product for them, then it's just going to create a repeated steady stream of income for you. They're going to want to recommend you to all of their vendors that they are selling their homes. So if the agent is servicing multi-millionaire vendors, then they're going to be able to spend thousands of dollars per video. They're going to not hesitate at all to bring luxury cars to these properties. They're not going to hesitate when you say, I charge $2,200 for a day and night video. They're going to be like, okay, no worries, let's film it, let's get it done. So that's why I recommend starting with real estate. You can very quickly develop a high-end portfolio in the real estate space. And because real estate agents are sort of like the middleman that are connecting you to all of these people, if you develop a good relationship with them, you can meet people from all walks of life, right? You can meet vendors who might run other businesses as well. You run into luxury car owners that are wealthy and actually have money to spend. So if you're a car photographer and you love cars, often you'll get to film luxury cars at these properties as well. So if you're very business savvy, then you can just have a chat to these owners, offer to go shoot their cars outside of the property shoot. There are a lot of opportunities within this luxury high-end real estate network that you might not even be aware of as a videographer. Now that you know how the system works with realtors and real estate agents, now you got to find those clients. So you got to find their information online. And luckily for you, it is very, very easy to find their information online. Realtors, real estate agents, they all have their phone number, their email, and their name and agency all online. Publicly viewable information, so that you as a creative, you'll find it very easy to target them. Now, step one is always going to be creating a great product. You've got to make sure that you're creating a really nice, high quality cinematic film in order to sell to these people. Now, we're not going to get into the creative end of things about how to create the product in this video. I'm more going to discuss about how you can acquire some of these clients and actually get on site, because if you can't get on site in the first place, you're not going to be able to film a luxury real estate video. The whole point is to get you out there to develop the portfolio and to build that product. Now, you know that I'm able to demand thousands of dollars for my property videos, and the reason why I'm able to do that is, one, I'm creating a great product, but two, I'm also connected to a lot of high-end and wealthy people in the real estate and developer space. Starting without a portfolio is really tough. If you don't have a high-end product there to actually sell to these agents, then they're not going to buy. For example, if you're a wedding photographer and you're trying to pitch a real estate agent services without actually having photographed or filmed a property, they're going to not want to hire you because you don't have the right product there for them to purchase. They'll think that you're trying to sell them a wedding service. It's the same as if you photograph cars, right? If you're asking a real estate agent to hire you and all you've got on your profile is photos of cars, they're not going to want to buy from you because you don't have the right product to sell to them. If I was to start again from day one, what I would do is I would reach out to 50 to 100 different agents via email and via a phone call and offer them their first video for free. And that way you're taking on all the risk as the business owner. You're creating that portfolio, and once you've got that product there to actually create, then you can start pitching it and selling it to your real estate agents. If you start on the right foot, you start giving them a product and building a relationship with them in the beginning, you're going to find that it's going to lead to a lot more recommendations from people, and the law of reciprocity as well. If you give, the chances are that a lot of people are going to want to give back to you as well. To get my first real estate photography and videography jobs, what I did was I just built an email list. I searched online in my local market. I look for real estate agents in Melbourne. I look for commercial real estate agents. I look for residential real estate agents that are actually in Melbourne, and I offered them their first video for free. I reached out to around 50 different agents. I called them, some rejected me, some didn't answer, and I reached out via email. This is without a portfolio, by the way. I just reached out to them, offered them a first video for free. I got 2 answers within 48 hours and I was on site within that week. And I shot this product for them for free, by the way. And I'll explain why this works a bit later. This guy had a commercial bar that he was listing in Mordialloc from a commercial real estate agency. And I created some photos for him and delivered those photos and videos within 24 hours. And you know what? He's like, great, love the photos. I've also got another real estate agent in our agency that's listing this. And then they asked for my pricing. And then I sent the pricing and got out on site to then film for his next job. Now, this same thing happened for a residential listing. I reached out to a real estate agent to get this job. I actually called her up. She didn't answer the phone, but I left a message for her saying, I wish I had the exact message, but it was like, hi, my name's Justin. I'm a real estate videographer. I'm willing to offer you your first video for your next listing for free. Just give me a call on, and then I listed my number. So she didn't answer the phone, but I left a message there. And the next day, she listened to the message. She gave me a call and sent me an email. I answered the phone and she said, hey, I've got this apartment. Are you able to come down and create a video for it? And I said, yes. So I show up to the job. I introduce myself. I have a chat with her, ask her, you know, how she's going, what she's doing in the real estate space, what sort of property she's listing. And now that we've built that bit of rapport there and I'm creating a product for her on site, not only am I able to develop that portfolio as a videographer, but I'm developing a relationship with the agent on site. And if she needs a videographer down the line, who's she going to think of straight away? She's going to think of that guy that offered me a free video a few weeks back. Anyway, so I get home, edit the video for her, put all her details in, her agency logos, send that video to her. She's like, awesome, great video. She puts it up on the real estate site. And I said to her, if you need anything down the line after giving her the free product, then feel free to send me a message. And what do you know? A couple weeks later, she had another apartment that she was listing and the vendor wanted a video as part of the marketing campaign. So who do you think she came to when she needed another video? And that started off the relationship where now I'm in the position where I'm able to charge her for a video and she's reaching out to me as a videographer to then create a product for her. So essentially that's the way that you can start building these relationships. Even if that agent doesn't have another listing that they want to film a video with, there's going to be other people within that pool of that agency that are going to see that video if you put it up on social media, and that you can then say, hey, I shot for this agent at your agency. Are you interested in doing something similar? So that's essentially the strategy that I started off with. I just wanted to connect with people. I wanted to network. I wanted to try and build rapport with some agents in order to establish myself as the videographer that they hired for that shoot. So you are fronting the costs upfront in the short term in order to create this product, but if you constantly follow up with these people and you create a great product for them, they are absolutely going to come back to you. Now, in the beginning, you're not going to have any leverage, right? You're not going to really have much of a portfolio to go off. So actually getting out on site, practicing, creating a good product, and then being smart about how you network and showcase that product to other people in your local market is how you're going to get a lot of business in the start. Now, once you've developed a really high-end portfolio, it is a lot easier. You can just post the work on social media and then start DMing agents and sending them your videos. That's how I'd take the approach of pushing myself into the higher end market. Social media and Instagram is a great way to do that, and that's how I personally did it as well, just by reaching out on social media. Now, the problem you'll find is that if you don't create a great product, they won't come back to you. If you create a piece of shit product for them, they're not going to want to get you out on the next job, even if the first one was free. Now, you can't actually create a good product if you don't have the right information in the first place, right? So you need to obviously have the right equipment, you have the right knowledge to create a high-end property video as well. Let's talk about the actual creative product that you can sell to real estate agents. Now, you can choose a bunch of different business models. You can choose the photography, videography, 3D tour, floor plan model, or you can do what I did, which was be a video specialist. And this meant that I didn't have to pile on 5 to 9 jobs every day. Essentially, I could show up to 1 or 2 jobs a day, get paid thousands of dollars for it, spend more time on creating a better product, and then shoot less jobs per week as a result of that. Starting out, you just want to get on site and practice as much as possible and just get out there and create. But once you've built that portfolio there, you want to really decide on a business model. You want to decide on what sort of video are you going to pitch to these agents? What product do you want to create in the long term? Do you want to create a product where you're getting the real estate agents in front of camera? Or do you want to create a cinematic film where people who don't want to be in front of camera are still able to create a great product for their vendors? Now, I dabble in a little bit of both, but this is essentially going to be your pitch, right? You're going to figure out, do you want to target agents that want to be in front of camera? For me, I personally prefer doing the cinematic property films where I can create day, night and drone videos, shoot the properties in the best possible lighting conditions, and spend up to around 4.5 to 5 hours at a listing in order to be able to charge thousands of dollars for a video. Now, that product, it isn't difficult to create once you learn the fundamentals. The day, night and drone property video is something that you can charge a lot more money for, which is why that I recommend you do it personally. I do a lot of day, night and drone videos, and I charge these to my higher tier, top tier clients. So guys that are willing to spend thousands of dollars on a video. So these are agents that are listing around 2 to 5, sometimes even higher than that, $1 million properties. Luxury mansions, right? This is the really nice stuff that you actually want to film. I found that day, night and drone property videos, a lot of the people in the low end market aren't willing to do that product, which is a huge advantage for you. So if you create a day, night and drone video, then it's already going to separate you from around 90% of the market. But on top of that, it's also going to allow you to get that entry into the high-end space. It's going to allow you to get attention from those higher-end clients. That means that once you've got the attention of those high-end clients, you're able to demand higher prices for your videos. There's other ways to target people in this industry. It doesn't have to be just realtors and real estate agents. There's property developers, so people that are developing properties and then looking to either advertise their construction service or to then sell their home. Developers are a little bit harder to build a steady stream of income with. Developers will be doing less listings than a real estate agent, obviously depending on the property developer, but a developer is going to be making a lot more money per job because they're actually building the home, but they won't be listing as many homes. Now, developers might be earning more money per job, so they might be earning hundreds of thousands of dollars on a single property, but they're not going to be listing and selling as many properties. So in comparison to a realtor or a real estate agent, they're constantly listing and selling properties. So their job is to connect you to those people to actually build that product for them and create videos for them. Whereas a developer, there will be less people in the chain you have to communicate with, but you'll find that the work will often be less regular in filming their finished developments. Now, I'm sure if you've seen all the luxury properties on my socials, you've seen the beautiful developments that I get to film personally, you want to get into the high-end space, understandably so. So if you don't don't have the clients in this space yet, I want you to reach out to as many people as possible. 50 to 100 a day. You will get rejected by people. That's part of the process as well, so keep that in mind. And continually follow up on these people as well, because you'll find that maybe someone isn't willing to get you on a listing now, but in a month from now, in 3 months from now, they might have a high-end listing that they want you to film. Now you've got to decide on the product you want to create. My suggestion is just throw yourself in the deep end. Say you're able to do a day, night and drone video, go in, film a day, night and drone video, and then just create the product. And you'll find that sometimes you'll even just talk yourself into opportunities that you're not qualified to film. For example, the first time I filmed a day, night and drone video, it was many years ago now, but I was not qualified to film that video at all, but I was willing to just put myself in that situation, make myself figure it out. Now, luckily for you, you have Gimbal King, right? Gimbal King is a course that's designed to teach you how to film high-end real estate videos and to give you that experience so that when you're actually out there on site, you're able to figure it out and create a really high-end product for the client so that they keep coming back to you. If you've already got a portfolio there and you're able to pitch services to clients already, this one's for you. So obviously you want to be able to raise your price at some point as well. And for a lot of the guys that are creating like very basic and cheap videos, the first step that you should take is just improving the product and spending more time on site. Sometimes even you have to do it out of your own pocket, right? You have to take on less jobs per day in order to focus more time on improving the product. But as you start to improve the product on some of these listings, you'll find that you're able to charge and demand higher prices for your videos. Now, I'll reinforce this, but I highly recommend that you film properties in nicer lighting conditions. You try to film day, night, and drone videos as well. You want to try and create the best product that you can for your clients. You don't want to be filming 5 to 10 listings a day. You want to be able to position yourself as creating the best product in the market and being able to target that luxury and high-end real estate videography space. Now, if you do everything in this video, I can guarantee that you will get real estate videography clients, that you will be able to break into the high-end real estate space. You will get these opportunities as long as you stay persistent with people. You constantly follow up and you constantly reach out and email and call. You will get these opportunities, I can guarantee that. But you need to be willing to start today and you need to be willing to do it consistently and build a great product there in order to get these jobs. Now, there are other ways to get work as a videographer as well, as video production company creating the product for real estate agents. So there's also property developers, and these are guys that are wanting to advertise their business and advertise their finished builds. There's also the other side of the industry as well. So there's the construction industry, there's builders and developers that you can target that want to showcase the process of actually creating their development and then showing the final build and the result of all their hard work. So that's another way that you can target people in this industry. If you don't want to just stick with real estate agents or realtors, there will be less people in the chain that you will be dealing with. So there won't be someone that will be connecting you to regular jobs. You'll most likely be working directly with a property developer or a construction company rather than having, one person that then connects you with like all the vendors and gives you repeated work. So property developers, tradesmen are another way to get work in this industry as well. I'd recommend doing the same strategy. So offering them their first product for free, giving them a tester, building some rapport with them, and then eventually charging them for their product down the line. It's a great way to build good relationships and start off on the right foot with people. It means you take on all the risk as well though, so that's a disadvantage, but that's another way for you to target people within this niche, within this videography industry. Now, if you're just getting into real estate videography, you have no portfolio and you have no equipment, what I'll do for you is I'll leave a link for you to check out my camera equipment video that breaks down how to actually get the right camera equipment to film high-end real estate videos, but without spending an absolute fortune on camera gear. The cameras I'm actually filming with are actually less than $2,000 now. The lenses are only around $500 to $600, and the gimbal I use is actually 400 Australian dollars. So if you want to check out my camera equipment video, feel free to check that out if you're new to the space, and you can have a look at what gear I personally use to film real estate videos. So I hope I provided some value to you there. That's a strategy that I use to break into the market and create some really high-end real estate videos. Now, if you want to learn to create the product that I have personally created and I personally sell to my local clients in Melbourne, then check out Gimbal King. It's a course designed to teach you how to film and edit high-end real estate videos. It is literally the product that I sell to my local clients. So once you've gotten your first job and you're freaking out, you're like, oh shit, I don't really know how to create this high-end product, but I've pitched it to my clients and the shoot is in like a day, 2 days, a week from now. You can just go through and binge watch all the content there, and I guarantee you it will set you up on the right track to film high-end property videos. So if you're on my email list, there'll be links to Gimbal King, of course, in the emails as well. So feel free to have a browse through the content there. And I look forward to seeing the videos that you create in the real estate videography space. Thanks for watching.